Today's the 5th.
11:57 p.m. We have not slept or eaten.
Good peanut.
Or do anything but procrastinate this project that is due tomorrow. Monday, June 6th?
Yes.
I don't even know.
No,
See?
today's the 5th, so tomorrow's the 6th, so the 6th.
It's due tomorrow. It's 11:55 p.m. And here's our podcast.
Wish us luck.
This is how you graduate high school, kids.
Don't procrastinate. What is experience anyway?
I think experience is when you go through something and you learn a lesson from it. You learn to set a boundary on things you're willing to do and the choices you make next time you do it. So, like, for example, one kid goes partying one time and does 3 keg stands, pukes everywhere, has an awful hangover and doesn't want to do it again. Or has 4 beers, gets a little drunk, has an awesome time, gets a ride home, and he doesn't even get caught. And then he's an alcoholic. Do you see what happens? Alright. George, what's your take on experience?
Experiences, for me, is the ultimate shaper of your character. And you get this by going down the good and bad paths that you choose in life. And you can't get this through television or books or like another person. You get this going through the actual experiences that you have in life. And going through high school, we are challenged with a lot of these things. And we can only gain these experiences by going through them.
I think experience is the knowledge that you learn from an encounter, any encounter, and the way that you apply that knowledge to the next similar encounter to better deal with it in some way.
In my experiences, I've learned that you can really only be dishonest to people that you're willing to lose. Like, the people that are closest to you, you can't really ever lie to them because it's all based on trust, like anything else, any relationship. And the way I learned that was, I have a friend named Ben Walsh that wasn't that close of a friend, but he never did anything wrong to me, and he was into this girl, Kayla. And so I think, And I saw Kayla at a party that we were all at, and she was giving me looks across the room the whole night, so I got her number, and then a week later we're hanging out, and she says yes, I don't say no, I figure what's the harm, and I hook up with her, and then I figure it's never gonna get back to Ben, and then, of course somebody tells Ben, you always get caught, it doesn't matter, you should never do it, but yeah, and he was really pissed off at me. He didn't try to fight me though. But he went off to rehab, but he said I don't hold grudges, so we're good now. But I learned a lesson from that.
I can definitely relate to the Catcher in the Rye when Holden lies to his parents and doesn't tell them that he dropped out of school. Because on my college audition at Fredonia in February, I got stuck in Pleasantville with no gas or money. Meanwhile, she gave me plenty of money. And somehow I got through it, and she still doesn't know to this day. So that's pretty much what Holden did.
In the book, My Sister's Keeper, Anna is kind of easy to relate to for me. Because it's weird, she's almost like she doesn't want to upset her parents by what she's doing, but at the same time she knows she has to do it. Like, she's conflicted in her thoughts. I always used to be like that, except I'd keep it in my head, and that ends up with bottled anger and this and that and that. And then you get to a point where you realize you have to be a man all the time, not just some of the time, and that's where maturity comes in. And Anna wasn't really mature because when it came down to it and she was really like confronted about it, she just caved immediately.
Yeah, and I can relate to that too, because this year I've been going in and out with the truth and a lie. I've been caving in when the time seems good to tell a good lie, or the time seems good for the truth, and I would go back and forth for the right one to choose. And I finally had to man up to that decision of always making the truth and always choosing, even though it was a wrong decision, to make the right decision. And this can relate to the Kite Runner, because Amir in the book, it's more out of courage because he never manned up to what happened to Sonic. He never helped him, and even though after it happened, he never accepted it. He just always put it in the back of his mind like it never happened, or he tried to fight the truth, like, oh, this didn't happen, or I don't accept it to happen. And it took him years upon years to actually go back to his homeland and actually man up to what he did. And I had to man up by actually coming face to face with the truth and becoming a bigger man and taking action for my reactions.
You're getting vague here, George.
Right.
Final thoughts. Yeah, like, he was just holding on to a lot of regret, and that means he wasn't man enough to, like, do something about the things that really gripped him so hard. Like, if something really feels that powerful, you have to do something about it. No matter what the situation, even if you end up making a bad decision, at least the decision's made. It took him, like, what, 30 years to go back and get Sorab? Yeah. And it's tragic because the same thing happened to him. He couldn't even stop it, and his best friend died. But all because of that. Maybe if he was, like, more confident, more mature, like, he would have, like, at least ran and found somebody, told them that his friend was getting attacked and taken advantage of and everything else. So it just sucked.
In a way, all these books can relate to each of us in a lot of ways, because we all have gone through the immaturity stage. Like, we all go through those points, like, we have to man up or woman up or whatever one it is, and it's hard for a lot of us. I did, like, a lot of different stages, and I think our class can relate to this. All of us, not just me and Cassidy. Everyone. Even you, Miss Galimi. You know?
I really liked a quote by Randy in our most recent novel. It goes, "I just want you to know that it feels great to be alive and to be here today, alive with you." I really like this quote because Randy, and this may be because of his cancer, but he believes in embracing the now, the present, not the past, not the future, but the present. And I really respect that because I kind of look at it the same way, and I really believe in that, and can definitely connect with that quote.